not only is it just because, you know, it's probably the more favored side out of the two, and obviously it's your map pick. On top of that, they have the potential now to run that double AWP setup that we saw be so effective back on Mirage. You want to be keeping your own Savage and AAR to see if that's something that they do elect to bring out. I imagine it will be. And obvious, you know, the AWPer of MIBR needs no introduction. Fallen, he is someone who dons the AWPer. Alongside coldzera within this squad, they kind of switch that back and forth.
And we're straight in, Harry. So utility up on the MIBR side of things. Full armor for Panda, it seems, which is an interesting one on Inferno. They've even gone for a quad A stack as well. This might even be a mid-rush with this kind of setup. And yeah, 3 players going straight down there, sneaky beaky. MIBR have no idea how close they are. They've only seen 1 player, but there's the wide swing. 2 going through. Bottle does land the first frag, but it's a split up from second mid that doesn't find too much success. It's Fallen with 2 as he holds down the bottom of spawn. Still 1 man stuck here, and you've got to commit to the duel to your death, and I will. They just spotted that B player as well, the last man up, so instant rotation back towards this A site, and MIBR can get the bomb plant in, and they might even be able to cut off this kill before the plant's even a factor.
Yeah, now Taco is able to win that fight out right away, so he backs off, waits for that bomb to go down. He keeps on challenging TB, and we'll hold him back for the time being. There's Taco to finish things off, and MIBR will find the pest around here on their T side of Inferno. Fallen with 3 big kills there in that round, does kind of salvage it on his second mid wrap. And that's the only issue with those fast mid plays. I feel like it's so common now that teams are very rarely, you know, too unprepared for it. When we kind of first started seeing teams do that more, it was a very shocking thing, whereas now you could see MIBR, they were ready, you know, for the idea of the fast mid play. You had Fallen in position to try and deal with it, and he did so.
I think it's better with utility if you're going to do it, not full armor, really. You want a couple of nades or a molly or a flash or something just to catch someone off guard. But, yeah, it's just a bit of a gamble trying to catch the Brazilian boys off guard.
I'm trying to think what team you and I saw run a second mid split where they threw down smokes, if you recall, and then they actually pushed the ult mid, which
was a Tyloo female. Last week.
That actually was it, yeah. That actually was it. That was actually a pretty neat idea.
Yeah. Wow. Pistols upon pistols for Panda. They've got armor behind it at least. It's that second round force. I like this. You want a good 4th round buy, so they're going to be getting that at least after this big investment. Yeah,
it kind of shows how they're prioritizing that double AWP setup potentially as well, right? Because now they're going to have the money to try and do that in the 4th round if they lose this one. But here's the push towards the B-bomb site. TB is able to find 1. Sadly, loses his teammate. AAR in it through that smoke in CT. And now 3v4 as the bomb goes down. They're going to attempt to take a look in. Yeah, you can see that Savage, he looks dubious about going any further up through Banana. Okay, Bottle finds that. Now maybe you're tempted if you're Panda. But 1 by 1 they fall, and yeah, HC's just going to back off, looking to try and save. MIBR securing the 2nd round. And you imagine the 3rd on the back of it. They get off to a good start here.
Did they only have 1 AK in this round? Because we haven't seen Phelps or Taco make an effort to try and grab that 2nd one. I thought they had 2, but I might be incorrect in that assumption, interestingly enough. Not going to matter anyway. These SMGs will be very, very effective coming into this round when Panda don't have even any armor, with the exception of that 1 saved Deagle player. Fallen's even just going to run PT50, and I like that. Don't need to buy a gun. You're up against full USPs. Just save for that AWP in the upcoming round, and of course pick up a gun off one of your teammates, assuming someone's going to die this round. They should. Panda playing together, maybe running a crossfire in middle, or even another mid-rush, but double nade is so good. What do you do against that?
Well, yeah, I mean, Bottle physically catches them. Does kind of, you know, maybe bail his teammates out. I think he might have stopped them from going any further into top mid. So
jumped on the grenade.
Yeah, he really is.
Modern day hero.
Modern day.
Yeah.
I guess grenades are pretty modern.
I mean,
I guess it depends. Like, if you're read about Earth's history, then no, but... Oh.
So that's it. 1D and MIBR were taking the round cleanly. So Orb can come through. That was only Fallen dead, so doesn't matter. He didn't buy. Full rifles here for Panda. Despite them saving very heavily, they're not going for the AWP in the first rifle round, interestingly enough.
Yeah, you know, I was kind of pondering about the double AWP, but they haven't even gone for a single AWP. Instead of just electing to go for this utility over on their CT side, prioritizing getting all the rifles out. Now, they've gone for all this utility. They haven't invested in AWP, so they also don't have any kits. Ooh. So only time will tell if that's going to come back to punish them. Thankfully, they have got a lot of head armor, so these SMGs are going to be a little less effective, but that doesn't seem to have stopped Fallen. He's already dropped TB. Bottle. Oh, Taco saw him. Taco very much saw him. And uh-oh, Bottle. Time on this earth is looking limited. Fur's going to delete him. This leaves actually HZ alone for the time being inside of this A bomb site. He's got a lot of work to do if MIBR continue to head this way.
Yeah, I think the Taco didn't take the kill because they wanted to back off out of B, and so he wanted to waste as much time there to allow for anyone on that A site to rotate through CT. That being said, there's still one player left here on A. And he's going to be joined by Savage, who will just be a few seconds later to the party, it seems. That's if MIBR just go for this quick apps drop. Ready and waiting. Here they go. Flashes on through, and Cold Zero is coming through. One player trying to delay this bomb plant to allow for Savage to get in position. He has done so. Resmoke coming down as well. That's actually a flash rather, but MIBR, they are being cordoned off by this smoke. They need to get rid of the one player within the bomb site before they commit to this plant. Easier said than done. HG is being a nuisance. He'll get up in the corner. They might expect this position, but certainly doesn't. HG gets one Savage in front of the smoke on long, gets another, and HZ has dropped two. It's only Taco left up and underarmed as well for this round. He's not going to be able to get it done. Lots of damage, but no kill.
And HZ, I mean, the real hero of that round, able to stay alive inside of the bomb site so long, right? Just ducking and weaving, constantly keeping himself out the crosshairs of MIBR. Certainly feels at home inside of the A bomb site. I guess you can kind of see why this was Panda's map pick. They will be securing their first rifle round early on here. Now the buy is still available for MIBR. We're going to now get to see an AWP in the server, but it's first in the hands of Fallen. TB and AA are going to try and take control of top banana here. Deep smoke falls, so they're going to get a foothold at this portion of the map. MIBR do keep players nearby to try and challenge, and AA are going to boost himself up on top of the half wall. Flash goes in, that's forced him away, and MIBR, they're going to respond to this top banana aggression from Panda with some of their own. And they have succeeded in flushing them out this portion of the map. That's actually pretty important as well, because AAR and TB used so much of their utility in taking control of top banana. They're now relegated down just to one smoke and one flashbang between them. And they won't play into things because this bomb's headed back towards the A bomb site, and that's where 3 players reside right now for Panda. Bottle down in the pit, 2 players inside. Oh my word, Taco!
What?
Well, that's pretty nuts. Try to set the round up, but Taco's tearing it limb from limb. Fallen going to drop the last man inside of the A bomb site, and this leaves TB at AAR 2v4. They've got to save. What an opener from Taco.
Mate, no limbs being taken, just heads here. What on earth? Well, 4-1 here to MIBR, and yeah, as you say, these guns being saved, they may have the kits here, but really, if there was any map where kits don't matter anywhere near as much, it is Inferno. You want to put less pressure on yourself to get those, because, or at least multiple, right? You can easily run 2 kits, I think, on Inferno. But either way, it's not going to be a problem. No defuse required, and MIBR will get away with 4 guns surviving, including that AWP as well. So really strong start to this T side for the Brazilians. Panda going to need a response sooner rather than later, but the money, all the money, Harry, it is certainly not good. AAR could drop over, but really you're going to get max 3 rifles here, so probably just eco on those other 3 players, go for pistol armor, get AWPs in the upcoming round as well. Here's that replay. Oh, wasn't even on his screen.
Nah, he curved the bullet.
It's behind the wall, mate.
Yeah, but you ever seen the film Wanted? There you go. bullet curver taco. I'm trying to remember more about that film to try and work it in more. Yeah, honestly, it wasn't a great film to begin with. But here's the oh, his dad's just going to dunk down Savage. Oh, Molotov does catch Phelps just a little bit, but now sitting a man up, MIBR feeling pretty confident here. Smoke down aggressive at the base of Banana once again, but MIBR are still challenging for this portion of the map. Now they go ahead and give things up entirely. They didn't spot anyone at the top of Banana, so they at least know that no one from Panda is peeking down it. We might see that re-aggression, the attempt to retake Banana from Panda, something that will get punished by MIBR. It's Fallen and Phelps to completely negate that attempted aggression, pick up this man advantage, or rather extend it that much further, and now only Bottle here. Well, he does get one kill, that's it for him, and HC likely just going to have to save once again, Hugo.
I mean, I will question the re-aggression with no flashbang there. That is always going to be risky when you have no idea what you're walking into. You don't know how many players of MIBR are there. You have no information on A either. So, yeah, I mean, they kind of had it coming to them, you know? Maybe you want to flash that next time.
Yeah, you know, anything, right? Just to try and separate some of these fights, to try and negate some of the angles. Even, you know, throwing a Molotov in might have been enough. Just anything. Literally anything. Literally anything.
Except what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate, but 5 rounds up for MIBR here on the T side, looking unstoppable right now. Just trying to find this final saving play, but it is only a dig. It's not like HC's getting away with much, and ooh, he will get a kill. Fallen dead. Can they grab the AWP? That's a no. That is hugely valuable for HC. I mean, obviously, the money is there for MIBR to rebuy, but that's a $5,000 investment having to come through as a result. So, it does really take away some cash, but MIBR not going to be hesitant to buy that straight back up. They've been having success. Why stop? But the money is not working both ways, Harry. We've got another eco here for Panda. Good bit of utility. I like their 5 smokes. This is a great idea, a great time to throw in a round where you just try and delay MIBR as long as possible. Just constantly resmoke those 2 choke points of top mid and B, maybe apartments if needed. But you've got to have those players alive to throw the smokes in the first place, and Bottle's already been picked apart. 1 will go down into middle, 3 remaining. But that's not enough to cut off the entirety of this clock here. MIBR, they want to bypass it anyway. They're going for the apps drop.
With only 1 man down at the pit, it's HC to have to try and get the job done with that save dig. He does not. He gets toppled, and now this bomb can look to go down for him with another. 3 kills for him in this round. He's
ferocious.
Yeah, very much padding those stats against some of these 4-sport players. TB, I was going to say, might be able to get away with the gun, but that would have been their best case scenario. He doesn't even manage that. AAR, the last man standing. He's looking to try and save once again. The attempt to try and slow MIBR down with all those smokes really doesn't pan out for Panda. And so a 6-1 lead for the Brazilian squad on Panda's map pick. MIBR already sitting 1-0 up in this series, going even more, off to an even more dominant start here on Inferno than they were on Mirage.
Ooh, calculated by Fallen. 3 HP the difference in that corner. The AWPs are back out, Harry, and I say Ps, it's plural. AAR and Savage both donning those once again. Now, no kills yet for AAR. That has to change soon, or, well, could spell disaster. It's already certainly starting to look that way. 6-1.
I'm hoping that this round is where we see AAR start to find some kills. Right? He's finally got that AWP in hand. You think about, think back to Mirage. He was the key player within the team alongside Savage. So it was really the AWPs holding on for Panda. Now AAR misses that chance of finding the man advantage and does get a nade for his troubles. They continue with the aggression over here in Banana. Phelps spotted just before that flash goes off, and it's AAR to go ahead and grace the scoreboard with his first kill in the map thus far. And quite the man to find. Phelps has been kind of leading the charge for MIBR in a lot of these rounds.
Yeah, if we think back to Mirage, think about how many rounds he would open up and gain incredibly valuable positions, you know, getting into window or connector within the first 20 seconds of the round.
It wasn't necessarily, you know, the kills he was putting forward. It was just the ground he was able to take, the information he was able to gain, the angles he was able to negate. But no such luck for him in this round.
Oh, no.
Fallen's even dropped as well, and in doing so, throws the bomb. We'll be able to get it at the very least.
I'm surprised they don't try and hold on to that, try and contest it. You have a 5-on-3, so it makes sense to, you know, just play passive, give it up, and wait for MIBR to go for the execute, but not even playing for the info there. And as a result, they don't know where MIBR are going. They will pre-rotate bottle, but it is a bit of a gamble. Luckily enough, it's off the info that Savage just re-pushed long once that smoke has faded, so they should be somewhat convinced here. Smoke down. Going in for one, and he does get it. AWP ringing true for him in this one, finding both his first kills. Oh, his first 2 kills rather. Make that a third. It's going to be 4 for him. Out of nowhere, goes from 0 to 4. Redeems himself with that AWP parry. And it is just the AWPs finding kills here for Panda. 6-2. Finally, we're seeing something.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one though. This is just the double AWP team. If they're not running that, then they're not getting rounds, and so the money is really going to be the focal point here for Panda. We kind of still have a bit of a troublesome time with that back on a Mirage, so they need to build this up. They have to try and keep these rounds clean. IBR looking like they might try something a bit faster here. 4 bodies already up alt mid, all grouped up. First, going to check and see if any mid aggression has come out from Panda, and it has not. Fur has cleared it. Aggression up at top banana from Panda does put AAR and TB. I was going to say in a pretty good spot, but they've actually given it up voluntarily. They back away. MIBR now with this foothold in top mid. Pre-rotation in from AAR, so that does mean both these AWPs are already at this A-bomb site, but they're both on the other side of these smokes. Savage trapped in library. He walks to his demise.
Right. Cool.
Not too surprising either. It's AAR to find one, but Phelps instantly trades, instantly keeps the man advantage in favor of the Brazilian squad. They lose bottle over it short, and Panda, this round's all but falling apart. HZ down at the pit, not able to find anything. And yeah, I mean, that round kind of plays out as you would expect when Savage gives up that spot over towards long.
This is like watching Tyloo 2 years ago, Harry. That's what the vibe I'm getting right now. Just random smoke pushes, random re-aggressions, no flashbangs, a real lack of teamwork in this. Like, there were players on the A side that could have flashed Savage into that position. That was still an incredibly ballsy play, but if you have a flash behind it, there's a good chance you get a kill. And even if it's traded, that's still something. So yeah, I don't know what you expect. Your teammates smoked off an archway. You know MIBR have long. You're smoked off in library, and you just run through it. So, yeah, no idea. 6 now made 7 for MIBR. Keeping up this strong T side, despite Panda's occasional round here and there. They do have more money for another buy, so that will come through. Londers and I were talking about this earlier. We are noticing a lot more buy rounds in Counter-Strike, obviously, with the loss bonus changes, but it does make for more buy rounds, which is kind of nice. You know, obviously, it's not all nice. There are negatives that, I guess, you know, clutches are less crucial, etc., etc. But more buy rounds is always good, Harry.
Yeah, but I don't know. I never know how much I agree with that argument. I don't think more buy rounds dictates better Counter-Strike.
No, that's, yeah. But that's not the argument.
Well, then what is?
More buy rounds is more buy rounds. You want to see more, but ecos are boring.
Well, there you go. But I mean,
it's not objectively better. It's just like there are negatives. Don't get me wrong, but more buy rounds I think is a good thing.
I could speak about the economy for days. So we'll touch upon that. Yeah, when we when we have you know, maybe a pause or something, or an eco round. A few days. Not that we really, or the day off. But MIBR, aggression up in the top mid. They're looking to try and secure this foothold once again. 4 players here. They leave Fallen to keep the attention of Panda at this B-bomb site. It has worked in abundance. There's only one man here. That's HZ up on top of this, on top of the little balconies here.
Ooh, Bottle was so not ready for that. That's the issue, because they'd already crept all the way up Taku's even going to try and work the apartments at the same time, and HG, he's being split, and he's not ready for it. Molly's coming from long while he gets peeked from short, and Taco's out the apartments. That is a pitch-perfect round for MIBR, and there's nothing Panda can do about it.
And hey, and Savage, they're both desperately trying to stay alive. You're already kind of clutching at straws in this game. You want to take as much with you as you can. Savage won't be able to hold on to the AUG. AAR will likely get away with the AWP. It certainly looks like it. And that is, you know, maybe something that Panda can look to try and do something with in this next round. Maybe they put him in a position where he can just, you know, pop off, have one big performance. There's two ways you can play it, right? You can either have him try and make something of the round, so you have him take aggressive peaks, you have him take all the fights he can, or you play for the save, or like, you know, so you kind of put him in a bomb site with other people, so you can juggle the AWP around and look to try and take the AWP with you into the next round. And then you've also got a lot of bodies there if the push does come in. And normally the kind of two ways about it.
And yeah, this is a very awkward situation for Panda because they've got to buy, but they've still got limitations. SMG on Savage, lack of kits, but as said, 2 will be fine. And it's not like they've been retaking anyway. They've been losing too many players to really consider it prior to the bomb plant. That Molotov is going to be extinguished by the smoke, and the nades are good for Panda. Great utility so far. Doing almost 100 damage. MIBR have not seen an opponent just yet. Savage is hiding on the corner. I like this double setup on the sandbag here. Savage playing close to the SMG, and once they kill him, he has a teammate to get the trade. Taco, in the meantime, has worked mid, and while he's been tagged up, he's gotten away with a kill.
Let's see if this bait and switch prevails. Savage gets the attention, but Bullet, big brain, does check it. TD still going to find the kill, but it's instantly returned. Colter, my word.
Oh, man.
The flash was there to help him and everything. I mean, now for Panda, 2 versus 3, that bomb. Still yet to go down. It was outside of the B bomb site, and they could just look to Wolfson in, but they will slow things down instead. And this, you know, for Panda, you kind of touched upon it. They haven't really gone for any of these retakes. I think the biggest reason for that is Inferno. You know, with the rotations being so long and so unforgiving, it is a map that's very much based off of you kind of being, you know, a little bit more knowledgeable in where MIBR are going to be going. You kind of have to be pushing and poking and prodding the T-side defense, T-side offense to figure out, you know, like where are the holes? Where are the majority of these players grouped up? What is the big game plan here? Because retaking when you're not finding anything in the bomb sites is just brutal, and that's kind of the lesson that Panda are learning right now. You know, even when they have tried this B aggression, it hasn't exactly worked out for them. They are creeping forward. Does pick up Cold, so a 2-on-2 presents itself. HZ in with another, and Taco suddenly thrust into this clutch situation. Smoke goes down, double smoke for efficiency. But they're on the defuse, they tap it, they try and bait the shots out. Kit is over on HC, and Taco's spraying through just a little too late.
He had the lineup. He had his crosshair on the enemy's head there as soon as he got that bomb. That is so unfortunate. But what can you do? Nice retake from Panda. They get it done, Harry. We were talking about how, you know, this wasn't coming through. There are constant disadvantages when it comes to retaking. It's hard enough as it is when you're not facing one of the best teams in the world. But
the only issue is there for Panda is I feel like, you know, for MIBR there's a pause called in now. I think this is very likely an MIBR tactical, even though they're so far ahead. I imagine because, you know, you kind of see there, they looked rather complacent with how they were being, you know, they were taking that fight onto AAR, for example. Cold was, it's the Panda tactical pause. That also makes sense. They've only got 3 rounds and they finally won another. But, you know, Cold taking that fight onto AAR was a fight he didn't have to take. He was just kind of feeling confident knowing that if he does take the AWP away, then that's a huge hit to Panda. I feel like now they can just say, okay, guys, maybe we got a bit overzealous there in that 3-on-2. Let's just try and get back on top of things before it gets too out of hand.
I mean, we saw plenty of overzealous plays back on Mirage, but it wasn't really a problem. I mean, they still picked up a convincing win. So, being real, there's plenty of breathing room here for MIBR, even if they lose the rest of this half. Already done what they need to do. an AWP. The Panda side of things, Fallen's now relieved himself of the AWP. Default down mid as well with 4 players, one holding the bottom of ramp, and he's going to be potentially needed here as Panda were aggressive up in the banana earlier on. They've now just left a solo player on that wall and rotated TB round. So that one AWP has got to shut down any late B play, and he may be tested after all because Fallen, he's moving into position here with the bomb right by his back, right beside him. Mibr looking to take control towards B. This AWP forced back towards the site at least, and that's going to allow for the rotate of TB back into position. So 50 seconds, Mibr take top B, but this bomb is still looking to hit the A site.
Oh no, and this little bit of attention from Phelps has certainly gained the attention of Bottle. He's rotated away from the A bomb site. Looking to try and pad this defense out of B, and that's the problem that they're going to have. Wow. Savage completely blindsided. Taco getting by HZ, and while he has found the double, actually he's dropped the bomb off on balcony, and even got as far as to get a third. There's a real chance here. They shut down Bottle as he blasts out from the library, but now they have to try and get up onto the balcony to get the bomb, and that's taking precious time, but also leaves them in a bit of a vulnerable spot. Now, no one nearby from Panda to capitalize on that. Bomb planted 4 apps, but no one from Mibr in this position. It's Fallen and Phelps are standing 2-on-2, and Phelps down in the pit on 100 HP really does have to be the driving force here. Fallen's already been found as Phelps gets flashed off the angle, so now trying to get them off the defuse, but they're sticking it, and oh, there we go. AAR's been dropped. And he's just trying to tick that timer down. TB comes in, but Phelps saves the day. 3 kills for him from down in the pit. Or 2 rather from down in the pit. 15 and 4, top of the board. Mibr really do kind of have to take their hat off to a few of these individual performances that we've seen from players in both of these maps. Yeah. Cold Zera back on Mirage, it's Phelps here. It
was Taco as well back on Mirage. He had 20 kills at the end of the game after 22 rounds. Like, he was having a fantastic performance as well. So yeah, it's Phelps, Taco, and Cold who've really shown up this series so far. But of course, Fur and Fallen have been holding their own. Certainly not been struggling. Fallen 11 and 6 right now. Some with the AWP, some with not. And for now, Panda do have their own. It's going to be Glass Cannon, however, and limited utility. Even 2 SMGs, which is not what you want to be running around number 13 and a half when you're already down 9-3. 4-man A setup here for Panda. And that's not a solo boost up of the AWP down on B or anything. That's just a passive B player really hoping that Mibr walk into this gamble stack. Great damage, almost actually looked like. Savage got away with only 20 points of health taken, but AA gets the kill. Mibr now setting up for the B play, and this pre-rotation from the AWP is going to be so well timed.
Oh no, but Fur, he's somehow found a massive opportunity here. He's snuck through a small gap in this CT side defense. HC left scratching his head. How on earth did someone get to this portion of the map? Now he looks to try and wrap in from CT. Only issue is, Panda, they've gotten men in behind enemy lines as well. You can see Bottle all the way over at T-Ramp. Now he's got to pick up the pace a bit if he really wants to play into this round all too much. They are the only man left standing inside of the bomb site, and there's Bottle dropped. First stop's just shy of the AWP. He does catch one in the leg, but AAR, the only man left standing here for Panda, and this bomb's rotated away. It's gone back to the A bomb site. Mibr playing this very, very safe. And this is also allows them to hunt with Fallen and Fur inside of B. They do find the lone gunman there, and that's going to be them reaching double digits. 10-3 now, Hugo, looking to try and take this series in a 2-0 fashion. Just laying waste to Panda here on their map pick of Inferno.
Yeah, and free AWP for Fallen at the end of the round. Don't mind if I do. Money, that being said, has not been really the the detriment of Mibr. It's not been stopping Fallen from getting it. However, a little free bonus upgrade anyway. Full pistols here for Panda, waiting for that last round of the half. But at this point, you're asking for a max, a very max of 4. On the CT side of Inferno, not too great, Harry, not too great. But again, you have to remember this matchup is so stacked in favor of MIBR. And I'm just glad that we see them, you know, while it is kind of disheartening for Panda to just get steamrolled, I'm glad that MIBR are showing us that,
yeah,
you know, I don't want to read into one game too much, but, you know, if they came into this event and they lost this opening game after what happened in Brazil, I think a lot of people would be very, very worried. So it's nice to see them just establishing dominance, showing that they should be able to just wreck them in this game, and they are.
Yeah, most definitely. It might not be great within the confines of this one game to see Panda get wrecked so hard, but it's great in the context of the whole scene, right? If MIBR can get off to a good start here, can find that success. Because, you know, I mean, you think about other teams that have kind of gone from such high heights to such low lows, right? Think about VP when they kind of had their bad streak, they were losing to everyone, right? Like, there wasn't like, it wasn't that they would come up against some underdog and beat them. It was just kind of constantly down and down. Whereas MIBR, especially like you say after what happened in Sao Paulo, they're trying to forget about that.
Move on. Oh, look at this utility. There we go, Panda.
I feel like that's what happens to me every time I try and take B and MM, so it's a very relatable feeling.
My favorite pug strat is, okay, stay in T-spawn for 20 seconds and wait for all of the CTs to use all their utility. That's a little tip for you guys at home. Do that one.
I don't know if that's the best tip you've ever given, but
maybe second.
Last round of the first half. And as you said, a chance for Panda to salvage a 4-11 scoreline. They are sitting a man up, so certainly one of the best odds we've really seen them at doing that, or picking up around it in some time. MIBR just grouping all three remaining players up here on Banana. Slowly but surely working their way up toward this B-bomb site. Now they do have plenty of utility. They've got two smokes. You can throw one down for the cross, one over at Coffins, and you've got the Molotovs for oranges. Those get thrown in now. TB just gives it up. They're going to look to try and play retake. So 4v3 as this bomb looks to go down for the Brazilian squad.
Yeah, I like the call from Panda. They might even be able to spam the smoke, but it goes both ways. It's not a wall. Phelps will not land anything through it. And MIBR getting in the post plants here. We have contact being made from Cold Zero, but Fallen's already dropped one on the flank, the banana flank. There's one more. There's even another AWP in Fallen. Oh, that is a tantalizing battle to take, and he will go back for more. Second kill. Yeah, last man up already. And not for long. It's a clean half from MIBR. 12-3. Extremely dominant. Even more so than back on that previous map. And Panda, they've not got a lot of room left.
No, they really don't. I was expecting to see a lot more from them here, right? You kind of, you touched upon how we had some big performances from Bottle on this map back at the minor. It was their map pick. They also, you know, they did better than I expected on Mirage. So I was thinking, you know, coming into this, okay, this is what you've picked into. You've had time to prepare.
It's one that MIBR have struggled on.
Yeah, so, you know, it felt like all the pieces of the puzzle were there, but the only issue is you know, you got to put the puzzle together, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a whole different challenge in and of itself.
I mean, getting the pieces is the easy bit, Harry.
Yeah.
As they're learning.
I just buy all my puzzles pre-assembled. But at that point, they're just artwork, aren't they, really? So
isn't artwork just puzzles without the big cut? Yeah. What if you take...
puzzle that hasn't been made yet.
What if you take an artwork, a singular artwork, and just cut a puzzle and just say you did it, you know? Enough cuts and you've got
I feel like because artwork's more valuable than puzzles.
Yeah,
puzzles
true.
retail £20.
Well, I mean, it depends whose artwork. Mine's not very valuable.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's see. We might get to see some artwork of our own in this round as Panda navigating this A-bomb site pretty skillfully. They've shut down 3. Fallen on the other side of this smoke is trapped, waiting for the relief effort from the B-bomb site. The bomb down now and ticking away. And MIBR might actually forfeit this pistol round in the way of Panda and give them a means of getting back into this second half.
Yeah, it's going to be a long road to get a win, but it's got to start somewhere, and this could be it. Being said, oh, okay. Both players killed at the same time. Panda going to be able to pick up their 4th round, so you got to start somewhere, Harry, and this is going to be where, because MIBR, what do they do? Force buy, get a good buy in the 4th round? Yeah. I mean, hell, wouldn't surprise me if they even win this force as well, but Panda have already brought in the AKs. They're playing no games, just Counter-Strike. They do not want to throw away this second round of the half. Especially if you've been given a pistol, right? You want to get the bonus. You want to get the free rounds off the back of it. It's not like Panda are getting many more elsewhere. 1 SMG at top B for Fur, 4 pistols spread out, or throughout the map rather.
One thing I'm somewhat surprised at is that we don't see more shotgun purchases since the price of that came down. I know that if I was in first position, I would rather the Mag 7, but MP9 does still yield him that first man. Phelps going to be holding close, takes up the position of Fur. Oh, now they smoke it. The idea here, try and make Panda believe that you fell back, that you're just playing passively inside of the B bomb site. They throw that smoke down, and you could see that their attention dropped away from it for just a second. TB looks away for a moment, and in that exact second, the flash gets thrown in from Fallen, and it allows Phelps to secure the man advantage for MIBR.
This is a dangerous game, Harry, but look at this wrap round where Bottles found himself. The issue is it might not make a difference because Savage has just been one-deeged by coldzera, and they've got their eye on long as well. Bottle, well, he's got a great position. It's not like they're not aware of it. Oh, creeping in. You might actually be able to catch coldzera off guard. Ah, there it is, spotted, given away, caught in the middle of the site. Fallen gets a frag, and HC, he's traded out from the library. MIBR, they win the force by. They're not giving any breathing room to Panda here. And there's only a couple of rounds left before we're going to be seeing this 2-0.
Yeah, and I think the real problem here for Panda has just been that it feels like a lot of the way they're playing this is based around individual performances, right? You don't really see the team. There's not much team cohesion, right? No one's really flashing each other in. No one's really setting each other up. And the biggest problem with that is, you know, maybe you can get away with it with lower tier teams, but a team like MIBR, they're going to be very, very ready and also willing to take head-to-head fights, right? I think pound for pound, MIBR have better players anyway. That's almost inarguable, you know, like to say otherwise.
Yeah.
And, you know, then you take into account as a team right now, they're definitely looking the stronger one there once again, as we would expect. You know, they've got years of experience together under their belt. And I think that's why we're seeing such a dominant scoreline in their fashion, right? The proof is very much in the pudding here, Hugo.
And the pudding is looking delicious right now, at least for MIBR.
Yeah.
Leaving a foul taste in Panda's mouth.
It's like the durian pudding, you know? Durian is the sick fruit. Like, smells like vomit, but apparently it tastes okay.
I'm all right.
Yeah,
I'll avoid that.
Wouldn't eat anything that tastes like vomit, but here's Fur up on the boost, and he's doing something sick of his own. He's actually shut down this push along with the rest of the MIBR squad. 14-4 now in favor of the Brazilians. And yes, Hugo, I think, you know, as you kind of said a few rounds ago, this is looking like it's going to be the quick 2-0 from the Brazilian squad.
Yeah, we've got 2 Chinese teams going up against some of the best teams at the event here today, and one of them, of course, being Panda. Second one being Vici versus Navi, which will be after this one. I'm hoping for a little bit more there from the underdog, mainly because Vici have definitely proven themselves a little bit more than this roster has, but we'll see. Full Glocks at 14-4 doesn't exactly spell optimism to me, but they're trying to get one proper full rifle round, at least before this game ends. So I respect that from that. He does get the kill with the Glock, so there's something, but Phelps is here to clean this one up. He actually doesn't expect 2 players in the window. Org is retrieved, but coldzera, oh dear, whiffs the shot. And there's no one here on the A site. They can get all the way up here and get the plant. The issue is that bomb is left back down in middle, and they have bypassed it. They have no idea. The issue is they've made no footsteps, so AAA doesn't know either. HC just waits for someone to enter the pit, but they're going for the boost. I love it. They might be caught from behind, and they will be. AAA gets one. The trade is there. The bomb is under the control of Fallen, and they're both tagged up as well. A mind game. But this is not a man you want to be mind gaming.
Ooh, HC on the corner, and he will get rid of Fallen. He will pick up that 5th round for Panda. It gets a bit dicey there for a moment. But they're able to emerge victorious.
That was full Glocks. That was not a single dollar invested from Panda.
You really hate to see it.
Yeah, you really do. Dear, oh dear. I mean, of course, you do have to remember, MIBR were just taking every gunfight they could, but like that's still impressive that you can win a full Glock round versus this team.
The thing that I think is even more amazing is AAR, like, on holding in that cubby in mid, does he just have big ears or a big brain? You know, did he hear something that gave that away, that there were players there, or was he just, you know...
Does big ears give you, like, better hearing?
I don't know. I mean,
I thought it was about the eardrums.
It's not the size that matters, right? It's like what you do with it. So I guess that applies to ears as well.
Yeah, but the issue is it's not about what you do with it with ears. There's only so much you can... You can't change how much you can hear. It's like, oh yeah, let me just turn up my hearing. I guess that's what hearing aids are.
Just, yeah, like...
Why don't we all have hearing aids? I'd love to just be able to turn them off, you know? Like, just stop listening.
I don't think hearing aids, if you can hear, would stop your hearing.
No, but you know how, like, deaf people or people who don't have great hearing, they can turn off their hearing aids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to
So what
be
you're
able to do
saying
that.
is you want everyone to be deaf and require hearing aids?
Yeah, if I can turn them off.
As though we needed to be any more reliant on technology. We're now just like, man, if this machine could just breathe for me, that would be... we're really making the robot revolution an easy one.
You know what's great, Harry? Sign language.
Yeah.
B rush, though, for Panda. Issue is they've lost 1 on B, 1 on A. The split up through archway has not worked out for them. One player at the back of the site, Fur, just trying to pull himself off in the corner. Phelps, how the hell does he hit that shot with the CZ? Fur is just dodging bullets left and right, Harry. How is he alive? He's just running through the smoke, just sneaky beaky. Actually going to kill Phelps finally. He's got himself to oranges. They just accepted. He's not here anymore. He must have gone back to A. They're going to win the round.
Oh dear, Fur is a real gremlin, and they've been feeding him after midnight because, my goodness, that is incredible. How
the hell? They knew he was there, and then they just gave up like, yeah, he's probably gone. He's probably not here anymore. Look at that return there, Harry. If you bet £1 on MIBR, you get £1. Damn. Damn, dude. Big money.
That's oh, I mean, to say that they're some of the most one-sided odds I've ever seen couldn't be more true. I've never met one where it's like, yeah, if you bet on this, tenner for a tenner. How does that sound? It's like, I don't know, man. I feel like that's like when someone like comes up to you with like some like scammy thing that they've blatantly like, oh, if you can balance this thing here when I perfectly well know you can't, then you know you can give me money. It's like, no, I just wouldn't.
It's like those.
Why take this bet?
It's like those fairground games. So it's like,
oh,
yeah,
I love them. The claw machines, man.
No, not the one. It's like, oh yeah, shoot this cardboard box off to win $1,000, and it's like, yeah, we've stapled it to the floor.
Yeah.
No, sorry, we've super glued it to the floor. Like, you're not getting it off. That's the point.
Oh well. Speaking of
getting it off,
yeah, I don't know. I was going to go with that.
Staples.
I don't know. It's a bit of a tenuous one to try and link in. Panda, they try to take control of top mid, and they get it. But the issue is MIBR are very keen on re-aggressing here, and they've now forced Panda out of this portion of the map. This could even open up rotations. We're still going to look to Fur to try and shut this down, and the flash comes in very late. Fur's actually dead by the time the flash goes off. And that's the game. 16-5 as MIBR take the 2-0 victory.